welcome back to my channel. So in my last video I showed you guys my latest art haul, and it was from Five Below. And in that haul I got a bunch of new alcohol marker sets, and the first one we are going to be reviewing is the 18 alcohol marker set that has a bunch of rainbow colors that I showed you guys. And I'm gonna be also reviewing this set of assorted kind of fine liner pens that I bought along with those, because I think they would work really well together as a set to do your line art for your marker illustration. So the first color we're gonna try out is called number 120 in black. These markers actually have they have numbers and names, and the caps are in the same, well, they're not, I'm not sure if they're in the same, but the caps are identified with the color of the marker. And I'll swatch out the broad as well as the fine tip for you. That's the broad, and here's the fine for number 120. Then we have BG5 blue gray, and this looks like a cool gray. Let's check out the broad. Yeah. And this is definitely, yeah, actually just pretty close to the color on the lid, if a little bit lighter, maybe if you use it more than once. It will be closer to the lid color. So the next color we're going to swatch out is number 76 sky blue. Let's see if this one's close to the cap color. Again, it's pretty close. I think maybe if you do, you know, a second line over them, they would definitely be very close, at least those two. Then we have number 68. This is turquoise blue. Once you slam the door on the second floor, I regret it all. When I think it through, I can help the way I feel for you. You make me lose my mind like all the time. It still feels right. And fine, yeah. Pretty close color as well to the cap. And then we have 65 ice blue. And this is a, if you wanted to do some blending, these two would probably blend pretty well, I think. So yeah, these are pretty close to the colors on the cap. I'm really impressed. Next one is called number 69, and it's cushion blue. Again, the color matches super well to the cap. Next is 73 Ultramarine. To me, ultramarine is a really dark bluish color, and this is showing as purple, so we'll see how well that matches. And yep, it is indeed a purple, and it matches the cap super well. I think on camera they're showing up a little darker, but in real life they're really close. This one's number 50, Forest Green. This color is beautiful. It's really nice, deep, dark, kind of bluish green. Lovely. Ooh, and it also matches the cap perfectly. These are really impressing me. And they're 18 markers for $5. Alcohol markers. Let's see. Do one more here. Let's do number 47, Grass Green. Again, very close to a match. I think this one might dry a little lighter. And we're gonna go to the pink, yellows, and neutrals. So first one we have is 138, light pink. And by the way, this is Bristol paper, which is very smooth, soft surface, perfect for markers. So these are good paper to be swatching these in to see how they perform. So yeah, that's pretty close as well. I think the actual color is a lot more like bubblegum pink than the actual cap color, which is a little like dustier pink, but it's pretty close. Then we have number 17, and this one's just called Pink. Yeah, I'm gonna say again, these two, the colors are on the caps are a lot like cooler, and the swatches are a lot warmer on these two, as well as brighter. So this pink and this other, the light pink and the pink, are much brighter, kind of neon. This pink is very much like almost a neon pink, and over here this is almost going towards a lilac. So these two are the least accurate ones so far in cap colors. Next is 4, which is Vivid Red. a pretty color. This is pretty close as well, so you can see cap is a little bit darker. This is like a bright kind of watermelon color. I really like this one. Next we have 16 Coral Pink. Ooh, and this one, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the tip of the marker, my hands are full of marker already, it's kind of coming out of the marker body itself. It's kind of like really, I don't know, it's like not well stuck in there. It's not placed correctly. So this one's kind of scared me because like some of them are kind of have this happening, but not as bad as this one. I don't know if you could push it down and make it go in further, maybe, but I'm kind of scared to do that. So let's try the fine nib on this one. Yeah, that's definitely very accurate. So this is not, to me, this is not pink at all, and the name says Coral Pink, but it's like a really warm, almost orangey red. Pretty color too. Next is 14 Vermilion. Vermilion is like an orange, red-orange color usually, and this one looks like a bright orange, and it is. This is a very, very bright orange, and it matches the cap pretty well as well. If anything, it's lighter and brighter, just like the pinks here. So I wouldn't call this vermilion, but it's just orange, like bright orange to me. Number 44 is Marigold. So nice yellow. Here. Yeah, this is like a yellow orange, and it's really nice. I like this color. Pretty. Matches really well as well. Next one is 35 Lemon Yellow. So lighter yellow than that last one, but not by much really. This would, I'm guessing these two would blend really well as well. I mean, if they do blend well, these two colors would be great because they're really close together. Okay, the last two are number 25 Salmon Pink, and I put this as a neutral because it's really just kind of a light Caucasian skin tone. So. 25 Salmon Pink. There's some weird thing here. Yeah, that is definitely not pink. It's very much a skin tone color. And it matches pretty well as well. Again, with these lighter colors, they're a lot more muted on the caps and brighter on the actual marker color. Okay, the last one is number 99. It's called Bronze. And this is just, I'm guessing, a brown color. And actually my guess was very much off because this is actually really close to the cap. It's like almost identical, and it's It's like a very warm, dark gray. So there's no real browns in this set. If you need browns, you might want to check out some of their other marker sets. They do have a bunch that I'm also going to be swatching and reviewing in upcoming videos. You can see them in my whole video that I did for the Five Below art supplies. I would say though, this is a really nice selection of colors. You have, this is drying a little bit brown, more brownish than gray, but it's still definitely a very warm gray. But you have a black, it's not super dark. The black is almost a really dark gray here. It's not like intense. Like if you can see, that's, you know, the Pitt pen that I'm using to write the title is definitely black versus this, what they call black is just a very dark gray. So I don't know if it'll show up in the camera, but there's a big difference between the actual black that I used from the Pitt pen and this black marker. And you have, so you have the black, you have, you know, two kind of gray colors, or kind of cooler, I mean, the cooler one, blue gray, and then the really warm, almost brown gray. And you have a number of nice blues here, so 1, 2, 3, 4 blues. And then the ultramarine, which is basically a purple, 2 greens. I think if anything, this is really short in greens. It would definitely do well with like a spring green, grass green type color, because this is really, to me, this just looks green. Like, I wouldn't call this grass green, but like a more yellow green, if you know what I mean. And then we have the 2 pinks, and then red and some oranges, some yellows, and that like skin tone type color, which is, I would say this is definitely a little bit too bright. If you want to use it as a skin tone, you can, but it's definitely very bright. And then the kind of gray color. But I would say it's a nice selection. It could definitely use, like, it has so many blues. I would definitely would have put maybe
forget about
and some more
the payment and the long road.
Colors. Like if this was like a 24 set,
I was in such a rush.
It would be amazing because it does have a nice range of colors.
With your life playing from
But
the stereo.
This is right color-wise. Let's see how these blend. So I'm gonna do these 2 yellows first because they're really close together. You see, and
Get it back all alone.
these blend really well.
And you're always staring at your phone.
Let's see.
You need another great relief. We all need a turning leaf. Oh baby, this time we'll be gone forever. Never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late. Hurry now, 'cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem. We'll be singing all night long, all night long.
That is some nice blending right there. That is pretty good.
Too many fishes in the stream.
You guys, for the price of
Down the
these, like
boulevard
I'm
of
so impressed
broken
right now.
dreams.
This,
So we'll make a little change in pace.
like look at that.
A minor shift of time and
That's really
space. Oh baby, this time we'll be gone forever. Never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late. Hurry now, 'cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem. We'll be singing all night long. Oh baby, this time we'll be gone forever. Never in a lifetime will you see us back here again. So come before it's too late. Hurry now, 'cause I can't wait. Let's put on our anthem. We'll be singing all night long, all night long.
So these right here are having a harder time blending, but then again, this is so much darker color than this one. So I mean, it's not bad for what it is. Let's keep it going. Let's try that. I think maybe if I had used this coral pink before, this one, because it's like, I don't know, this is kind of an in-between color to me. So let's try the vivid red next to that vermilion. That is pretty impressive. Actually, you guys, that looks pretty good. It's a nice blend. I like that. I mean, I'm really very impressed with these. I'm also making a mess on their caps. Actually, these close pretty well too. They're not like those other markers I mentioned in my video for the 5 Below haul. Their caps don't close. Sometimes they don't close well, and it's kind of a problem because then your markers will dry out. But this transition here is pretty good, except for these two because the jump is kind of big. But I mean, let me see if I can show you that closer. That right here, these two and these two, they blend it super well. I am living for these. Okay, let's try the blues. Let's try to blend some of these blues and see. So I think the turquoise and the ice blue would definitely blend really well because they're really close together. So let's start with this turquoise. And then the ice blue. That is pretty good too. That's pretty seamless, and I didn't go over it a lot of times, so like you can definitely blend these better. Let me see if there's anything else. I think we could do, there's a pretty big jump from here on, but you could try, see how I would maybe try those two greens and see how they look. So I think they're pretty, actually the Prussian blue and the forest green are pretty, I think would be nicely. So we could do from grass green to the Prussian blue using the forest green in the middle. I think that would be nice. Let's see. And that is really nice as well. I'm really impressed by these. I said I was gonna do a Prussian blue, right? Let's see if I can find it. So this forest green. The Prussian blue. That is great. I really like these guys. These are really nice. For $5, these 18 color markers with the way they blend, even though like some of them, you know, there's gaps in colors, of course, because you know it's 18 colors. You're not gonna have all the colors available to blend. I think this is just still a great set. I would definitely recommend this to someone who wants to try out alcohol markers and has a very limited budget. For $5, you can get a feel for how alcohol markers work. There is some, let me see if I can show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see right there, but it's not bleeding, but I forgot the name for this. It's kind of like some feathering in the edges here when I swatched them. But honestly, like I think that was more me than the markers, because like when you see the blending ones, I don't see that much feathering over here. So I mean, for $5, again, you can't really go wrong with this set. It has a nice range of colors. If you're starting out with alcohol markers, never used them before, this would be a great alternative. You know, instead of putting down like $25, $30, $40 for a set of Ohuhus or something like the one I have over here, that is, you know, it's a much bigger investment. They come in much bigger sizes. Like I think I have one that has like 30 something or 40, and they're very cheap markers still, but you know, the price difference is huge. If you think, you know, almost 20 markers for $5, that's amazing to me that they did this. So highly recommend for the price point. Love the colors. They're super close to their to the colors on the caps. So you have all the plus things I see in this is, one, it has 18 markers for $5. That's the first and obvious one. Second, the markers themselves, the construction is good. They are, you know, they're white marker, kind of like imitating a Copic marker. Let me see if I have one of those here to show you. One of the advantages of these that I really like, a positive thing about it, is the packaging. The barrel of the marker is made to look just like a Copic marker. They are a little bit taller than Copics. These are Copic 2s, by the way. And then they have the same type of barrel where you have the two ends, fine and the broad, and they're actually even bigger. The identifying little drawings here to tell you which is which, and then they also have that little gray line on this side, which is also a little bit thicker than in Copics. That lets you know which one is the fine nib, so that you don't get confused when you're opening them, which is a great thing to have, and especially in such a cheap marker. So the other great thing is that these, just like Copics, have the color of the ink on the top of the cap. So they have a number, they have the name, and the cap has the color of the inside of the corner as well. So I mean, in that respect, these are fantastic. If you I'll do the math and tell you how much these come up to, like for $5 on all, like color selection wise. Another great thing is how well they blend. I think for the price, you know, these blend really well. I also think that, you know, a great advantage of this is you get to try a medium if you've never tried alcohol markers and you're not sure if you're gonna like it. You don't have to go out and spend, you know, $30–40 on a Hoo set or another comparable set, or much less like the hundreds of dollars that it would come up to buy a whole set of Copics. And for the price that you could buy one marker of these, like a Copic, which is $5, $6, $7, you could buy a whole set of 18 of these and give them a try. And then if you like them, you can always, you know, go up another level, and you know, eventually, if you just want to buy Copics because you're curious, you can try them in singles, because they do sell these in open stock, so you can get the colors you want to try first, and then, you know, you're not making a huge investment up front to try a medium that you don't know if you're gonna like. But overall, these are a great set. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these colored fine liners for you guys, see if how well they go with this marker set, seeing as they are the same kind of brand packaging as the other ones. And actually, it'd be great to know if these are also alcohol based. So let's go ahead and swatch these, and then we'll compare the colors with these guys and maybe put them one next to the other to see how well they would look if you were to use them together in the same illustration. So these come, like, when you take them out of the package, they have a little plastic piece here holding them together. I already messed them up with my marker covered hands, but this is the first set of colors that you have, and then you also get these. So let's start with the black one. Okay, so the first thing is the design of these is exactly like top to bottom, exactly like a micron pen. So every single aspect from the top to the bottom, like, except for not having a label, they look just like micron. However, when you open them, these guys have a little bit of a different situation right here, as you can see right here. So they are a little bit longer in the this like plastic piece, and then the metal piece is shorter. And while you can cap the microns like that to use them, you can do that as well with these. So, I mean, they are definitely a knockoff of a micron pen. So let's look at the black one. Ooh, and it's taking a while for this to come out. I don't know if it's just taking a while, or if it's bad or what. This one, I'm gonna put a micron around the same size here. And as you can see, the micron is a lot darker on this one. So the ink in this is a lot lighter than the micron pen. So let's try the purple one next. Again, it feels different than when you're using micron pen. Like the ink doesn't flow as well. And again, it's an $18 pack of fine liners for $5. So I don't expect them to be the same. So this is like was it like a royal purple, or kind of like a mauve color? this one's really nice. I really like the color in this. That's very pretty. See, what we need to find out is if these are alcohol based and if they're waterproof, because that would be amazing because of the price point. And it's really cool that when you cap them, you can still have that little ring around and you can see the color of them. So this is kind of, I guess I would call this kind of like a fuchsia. Not my favorite color, but again, I've never really been a fan of this color. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these other like pink and reds over here because the way they have been placed in the package doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Okay, this is like a hot pink, and indeed it is like a very neon pink color. Actually, other than the black, I'm really liking these. So the black is just like not dark enough, but the rest of these colors are really nice. Let's see. This is light pink. Again, the colors on the barrel end caps are pretty good in a match with the actual colors. This is like, I don't even know what to call this. This is a super light pink. So let's just call it like baby pink. Wow, yeah, this is much lighter than any of these guys. I don't know if this is picking it up as well. See, this one's almost like, can't barely see it on camera. This one's like a coral pink. And this is a warmer, but still kind of neon pink compared to this one. This one's like a much cooler and I think a little darker than this one. There's so many pinks in this set. That's legit. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pinks here. That's a lot of pink colors. I'm gonna go with this kind of, I guess this is kind of like a red orange. And actually, I would even call this like a deep pink, because that's what it looked. The barrel looks. I think it's much darker and much redder. This is actually like a deep pink. So, yet another pink. This looks to me to be red. Let's see. And it is. That's red. And then I'll go for these oranges here. We have a dark orange. Orange, and then a light orange. You can do this dark yellow. Light yellow or lemon yellow. last is this like what do you call this, like yellow green. And then we have a little bit of a darker kind of grass green color. This one's like slightly more neon. And then this makes me sad because there's only 2 blues here. So there's this kind of, I'd say this is like turquoise or sky blue. And the last one is this kind of, I don't know, what would you call this? Like a light blue? I like this one a lot. And this green is really nice too. Actually, these are not half bad. My issue with these is that they have so many pinks. So there's, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish pinks. And then you have 2 oranges, 2 yellows, 2 greens, 2 blues, and the purple, the mauve, and the fuchsia are kind of, you know, in the same family. So, I mean, they are very pretty except for the black, which is, I think this is, you can really pick this up in camera, like this is looking much darker now. It's just, it's not as good as black ink as a micron. But other than that, the colors are really nice. This baby pink is really hard to pick up. If you can see that. So, coral pink. Nice color. So all of these are really nice. That light yellow is really hard to pick up, and as well as the lighter green and blue. But overall, I really like these. I like the colors. I like the size of the point. It's a nice size. Not too thick or not too super skinny. I'm curious to see how well these would play with the alcohol markers, the set of 18 alcohol markers that I just watched. So let me see. Let's try putting some of these together and see if these are actually alcohol based and how they look at each other. So I think this deep orange might look well with the vermilion color. Let's see. Yeah, I think those two might work pretty well. So if you were to use this fineliner with this marker, it would look really nice. So let's see if these get rubbed off. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is also an alcohol-based marker because it's surviving the alcohol marker when you use it on top. So let's try putting water to it and see what happens. So I'm gonna get my brush and water here and see if it activates this. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's very clear that these are definitely not waterproof. So I think these might be water-based. So I would definitely not use them with watercolors if you wanted to. They do fine enough with alcohol markers. Like you can go over them with alcohol markers and they're fine. But if you are planning on using these with watercolors and using them before the watercolor, I would definitely not do that. You can potentially use them on top of watercolors once you know you're not going to be applying any more water to that illustration, because otherwise they are going to get completely washed out. But this is an interesting effect, and you can see how, like, for example, this is a micron and nothing is happening over there. Waterproof, I think. And so I'm curious to see how well these look diluted, because that diluted like almost the whole thing. So they're not, these don't work like a water brush marker where you would have like no trace basically of the ink left in its original form there when you use water on it. So you can still see where I put it down. So definitely not waterproof. Don't, like I said, use them with watercolors underneath to create your line art. But for something like journaling or for use with your alcohol markers, these will work really well. So I would say I would recommend these depending on what you want to use them for. So if you want to do illustrations with your markers and have line art that is in another color other than black, you could definitely pick these up. If you're going to be using them to do line art with watercolors, big pass, because they're not waterproof. So also if you're going to be doing journaling or stuff like that with these, I think that would be great because they have very nice rainbow of colors, and you could have a lot of fun using these in your journal or planners. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found some products that you might potentially want to try out. This video is definitely not in any way, shape, or form sponsored by Five Below. I bought these products with my own money, and I just wanted to give an honest review and try them out for you guys to see if it's something you would be interested in. However, if Five Below wants to do a collaboration or sponsor me, please let me know. I would love to do that, especially since they have so many different art supplies now available for a great price. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you've tried any of these products from Five Below, or if you're wanting to after seeing this video. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!